I also wouldn't mind getting a full list of damage stats of what all of the weapons do. That would be pretty cool. No, these are not pads. They are just it's just part of the map. I think Sydney said yesterday in his stream that he was considering maybe tweaking those a little bit, because they do look like jump pads, especially to a Quake player. They certainly do. Alright. So, flak shards, flak shell, rocket, shock primary, shock combo. They've all changed. We've kind of had a little look around at all those. We've kind of had a little look at those. Without actually playing a game with somebody else, I can't comment on how it would feel against other players and how it matches the current game speed, unfortunately. But I can tell you right now, by physically feeling the build, running around Spacer, for where the current development stage of this game is, and obviously it's nowhere near release candidate. It's such a early phase right now. It feels great. It really does feel great. I'm getting a UT99 feel out of it. I'm getting a really big UT99 feel out of this game right now. It's not like it doesn't have the. Originally, I was worried that when I was first playing, the field of view of the game and the scaling of the character and the scaling of how the first person view felt, it was clumsy and it felt minimal. Now you feel like you have a lot more room to move. The field of view feels a lot better. The weapons seem faster, yet not overpowered. The only thing I'd really want to compare it to now is using these changes against the live model, against the live player, and seeing how they fit. Because these do really look cool. So I'm impressed. Yo, what's up, Sark? How are you, dude? Okay, next thing I have on my agenda is swimming animations. Okay, so apparently swimming animations have been added. Let me think of a map that we can check those. I think that version of deck has actual slime. Actual slime. Yeah, of course I remember you. So let me set behind you. Can I put God on? I guess so. Let's dive into the slime and check it out. Nope. That doesn't work. I'm not sure how I can check swimming animations without quickly popping a map together with water. I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to check those, unfortunately, guys. I do have it on the agenda for the stream, but unfortunately I don't know where I'm going to be able to test. Sucks. No, the servers aren't up right now. Okay. Moving forward then from swimming animations, I have fixed TDM HUD widgets. Alright. That's interesting. Let's give that a whirl. Okay, this should be TDM. Yeah, this is TDM. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure what the problem with the HUD widgets were for TDM last time. I guess by widgets they mean each of the single pods to the HUD. So you have health, armor, your weapon bar, frags and deaths top right, and your current status on the scoreboard at the top left. I don't know what's changed. Now I knew that there was a bug in CTF. Well, not a bug. There was a bit of a scaling issue in CTF with how the scores were shown. Raxi pointed it out in IRC, and ever since I haven't been able to fucking get it out of my head. Every time I space CTF, I see it. So I can't actually see exactly what this might be. So I'm not too sure on that one, guys. Moving forward, another thing that I have noted down is addition of the Redeemer.
5, 4, 3,
They've added the Redeemer, guys.
1.
They've added the Redeemer. The Redeemer's been added to face. I believe it has a respawn timer though. Ah. The Impact Hammer secondary does nothing. Doesn't have a purpose. There are some Impact Hammer changes which are in the latest commits, which I'll show you guys in a mo. Yeah, so we'll check those out in a minute. They're meant to be really, really good Impact Hammer changes. What's this? What's this gun? This is the translocator. Yo, what's up, Irons? What's up, Irons? Alright, so I want to check the Redeemer, guys, if it's spawned yet. Okay, funnily enough, I've just run out of translocator. We won't talk about that. This is either going to be really, really climactic, or it's either going to be really, really anticlimactic. We're going to see, okay? This is the fucking Redeemer after all, so. The portals look like shock claws. Yeah, it kind of, they do. I'm sure they're placeholders though. I'm pretty sure they're placeholders. I ran out of translocator. We won't talk about that. XDBS. We won't talk about that, dude. Alright, so here it is in all its glory, guys. The Redeemer. Okay. Let me change the fob back to standard. And we'll check it out. There we go. Should I just fire it or should I use alt fire? I don't want to click, I'll lose the... Okay, you don't have a cursor yet. You don't seem to have a crosshair. You can kind of fly it. It's floaty as hell, and I have to move my mouse like a boss to move it. Like, I have pretty low sense, and to move this thing, I really move. Okay, that blew up. I'm really moving my mouse across the pad there. There seems to be a sensitivity issue with this, with the Redeemer secondary. It went really slow then, really slow. So like, whereas I can normally move pretty well, I have a sensitivity of about 27 to 30 cm for a 360. That was like, that must have been 80 to 85 cm. That was really slow. Okay, now the model's not drawn. Okay, we don't have an explosion either, guys. We don't have an explosion model yet. But the model's in. The model's in, and it's there. So guys, the Redeemer's in. The Redeemer's been added. Alrighty. Next thing I have, which I'll probably best move on back towards... Let's jump on peak.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so the next note I have made is you do not wall slide if falling is not the result of a dodge or jump or dodge. How does that work? That was fucking anticlimactic, dude. It was really anticlimactic. I was hoping for this big ass explosion, real Unreal style, you know. But yeah, that was how it went. That was the Redeemer, guys. Remember, this is pre-alpha, pre-alpha, prototype stuff. We're just checking models out now. We're just checking out the latest commits. We're just checking out what we have lately, dudes. Alright, so this is jumping on peak. Yes, this is peak. I don't think it's an epic map. So chill. Alrighty, we have Don't wall slide if falling is not the end result for the jump attach. I don't understand. Does it mean you have to... Does it mean you have to hold towards the wall to wall slide? Yeah, I think it does. Alright, so let me try and get to a wall, which is what the... Okay, that's a different part of Peak. I've never seen this part. I'm not sure how this works. It's going well, Leon. How are you, dude? I'm not sure about this change. I might have to do some more research on this change. Because here's the wall slide, you can see. If I can type. As you connect to a wall, and if you hold against the wall, your character will slide against the wall and it will hold towards the wall. It's like a sticky effect to a wall. You can see it there, you know, where I like floated forward a little. There. However, I think previously, whenever you hit a wall, it would always do it. It would all the time do it. I think if I just hold it and press nothing, it's not as bad. I'm not sure about that change, guys. I'll have to check that change. Not sure. The next one I have is hit flashes. Now only affect character edges to reserve full body flash for shield belt. Hit flashes, so when you hit an enemy, they only affect the edges of characters to reserve a full body flash for shield belt. Okay, so that's a way in which you can determine if you've hit a character whilst they have a shield, I guess. I guess that's how that's gonna work. I can't test it right now, like I say, I don't have anybody to shoot. But I guess what that's gonna be. Okay. Moving on. Playing UT4 online for a whole day and then not being able to do so the next feels like torture. Hiding light, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. Right now, there's some shit going on, you know. Best to just hold back, see what happens. You know, just chill with the whole thing right now. It's been a bit of a clusterfuck. What happened yesterday was just really unexpected, and it really got in the way of people trying and testing the game, seeing the changes and stuff. People were basically just fucking running around test CO4 with a fully charged impact hammer, one-shotting each other. That was it. There was a point yesterday afternoon where I jumped on a stream just to check out what people were showing of the game, and people were literally just laughing at the fact that this guy had his title saying impact hammer so good, and he was running around hammering people. That was it. Didn't give a fuck about testing, didn't care about looking at the game. He was literally rolling around on his stream showing footage of him hammering people, one-shotting people, and he was like getting frags, getting multi-kills. Wasn't cool at all. So that's what we don't need. We do not need, right now, that's not the purpose of the test phases. It's really not. It's not cool to have that at all. Okay. Alright, so next on the agenda, I've got the impact changes. I have impact hammer changes. Now these are really cool apparently. These are meant to be really, really awesome. One of the best way I can actually test this, I guess, is if I whiz back over to deck.
5, 4, 3, 2,
the way the impact hammer jumps have been mentioned is it seems that it's an easy impact hammer jump. You get a consistent 30 points of damage, consistent impulse, and works with minimal impact hammer charge. Okay, so you can always take 30 points of damage, and you can basically do pop jumps. So if you ever played UT2K4, where you could literally just pop and take a shot, pop and take a shot, pop and take a shot. This probably won't work great right now with the way in which the weapon switching works, because the weapon switching is a bit slow right now, in my opinion. I think they should probably move it up. A lot of you guys who are into fast weapon switch probably agree with me there. But there was a way in which you could pop and shoot. So